This is camphor laurels. There's 3 here that have been cut down. They were cut down in summer, I think. It sort of was huge and it overextended the shed and there was a snake in it. And then we just felled it down here just to let it rot. It's fine. There's some more. This is a massive camphor here. You can see it's got 3 or 4 sections to the trunk, major sections, and it actually, the camphors, as horrible as they are, do that one is stabilizing a lot of that mountain. So you have to be really careful if you're planning to get rid of them, because you don't want to destabilize your property. So they have to be managed very carefully. And just as an example, this one that was here behind the shed, it was shading and it was getting too big, and so we cut it. It took a lot of work to cut them down, and I've just pruned it myself, because if you're getting close, you can see that they throw out new, after you've cut it, they throw out new branches, and not one branch, but there must be about 20 or 30 on that stump. This is one I haven't started to cut yet, just next to it, so you can see all the new shoots. And this is the other one behind it, and I just wanted to show you before I start cutting into it. Now, it just reminds me of bamboo for its ability to reshoot so fast. Now, these stems, I can cut them quite easily, but they're very hard to get into, and they probably require cutting regularly. So it's not something that I'm planning on spending a lot of my time doing. But so, I mean, the other thing you can do is use poison, and also we have these figs that can climb up and eventually take over. But what I'm saying is their resilience to being destroyed is very high, and also their ability to repopulate themselves is extraordinary, because each tree has millions and then of seeds, and so really once they get a hold, they're very difficult. They're a very powerful tree, a lot like bamboo, that they have fast reproduction, fast growth. They really take a hold in the wet climate, and the climate that we have up here, the subtropical climate. They're beautiful wood, of course, and they're useful, but I think they're very hard to eradicate, and if you don't do something, they're just going to get worse and eventually take over. So yeah, I think in order for me to do my farm, it would cost me a fortune, and I'm really at a bit of a loss as to know how am I supposed to manage it all. I didn't realize, it's only because I'm with them all the time that I'm realizing the extent of their abilities and their power to disable our natural environment. But at the same time, where they are growing, you don't want to remove them straight away unless you're replacing them. So I think the idea is to cut them down and then use the what is that fig's name? It's the Wara. It starts with a W. It's a fig, and then you need to put the fig in, and then the fig can take it over. So far I haven't had much luck with the figs, and they're really hard to come by. So yeah, these are the challenges of farming. I mean, this thing is, I'm pulling out its little babies all the time, and and there's that many that I can't see that are hiding, that are starting to grow. So Yeah, it's very much a case of the Triphids, just like the bamboo.